who I am. I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. And we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Woo, woo. Good morning. How are you? This thing is too close. I had to move the table a little bit because I had to leave my door open. So now I got to get the right angle. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the angle, baby. How are you? Good morning. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday. I think it is March 24th. How did that happen, right? Kind of crappy here in New York, but not terrible. I think we're supposed to get rain today, which is kind of terrible, but that's okay. I don't think we've had any rain in a long time, so the plants probably need it, and then hopefully the sun will come out tomorrow, and it'll be we'll grow some flowers, and everything will be green. This is the fun part, right? Is like we go from all of this like drabby ickiness to like beautiful everything. Of course, the allergies go along with that, but nonetheless, I am looking forward to it. So thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are also live on the Karen Stacy page. Please make sure you like the page and turn your notifications on and follow. We are also live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Make sure you join the group. It looks like most of the conversations between listeners take place on that page. So it's the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. And we are, of course, live on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Just search Real Talk Karen Stacy. So numbers are really super duper low right now. So I'm asking you if you guys can please share out the video, tag your friends. We are a family now. So guess what? If you don't see people that are part of our family, get them on here. Start tagging them and saying, good morning, where are you? We miss you. Look at that. See, I added more light. Maybe this is a better area for me now. I feel like it's more light. I don't know. I love change. So just moving my table like a little bit makes it feel different. All right, let me see who I'm going to say good morning to. There's my Carmela. Good morning, Carmela. I hope you are feeling better. Good morning, Maria, my girl. You are I see you. I don't know where you are, but I see you. Gina, good morning. Great show last night. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Gina. I hope you guys enjoyed the show last night. It was fun. What a sweetheart. For anybody that missed it, too bad. No, for anybody that missed it, we had Nick Christophers on. He's an author and a journalist. He writes a lot of mob, books. And he, for those of you that had tuned in, I know a lot of you said you wanted to get the book, but he didn't hear from anybody. So I don't know. I think, I know you could probably buy it on Amazon, but I'm assuming that it's better if you buy it from him, right? Because we're all kind of trying to make it here. And I would assume that if you bought it from him, more of the proceeds would go to him. I know Amazon is taking over the world, but from what I know, when you sell on Amazon, you really don't get much, in terms of, profit. So again, if I remember correctly, it was Nick Christophers 50 at gmail.com. Or just hit him up on Messenger and he will autograph whatever book you want and send it out to you. So just a quick recap on that one. Good morning, Lisa. How are you, honey? Okay, the comments just went crazy, so give me a sec. I'm coming back for you. Okay, hi, Maria. Yes, you're here. You did good. Yes, it's hump day. Monica, good morning. Hi, Georgie. Yes, happy Wednesday. Patriot Pump. Oh, hi, Skycap. I love you. Let me see. The show last night was awesome. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, you guys. Rita M, good morning. Let me see who else is on here. All right. All right. Let me see. And yeah, you guys are asking if you're on the right page. Remember, if you can see me, you're on the right page. But as far as if you want to interact with other people, you want to be in the place to be. I never even know where the fuck that is. As long as I'm here, I think you're in the place to be. But these numbers this morning are like as if no one's watching. So we need to share this out and tag people and get people on here, please. You know, the other way that it's really great to share is through Messenger, because some people don't want their feeds like blowing up with all this stuff. So that is always a helpful thing as well. Yes, Monica. Good morning. Hi, Laura. Good morning. Let me see who else is here. Hi, Rosie. Good morning. Gina, I want to reach out to him. Does the Family Ties books? I'm curious to see if any of my dad's friends are in the books. Oh, okay. Well, go right ahead. Reach out to him. You see, he's a sweetheart. Just tell him that you saw him on the show, so he, knows who you guys are. Let me see who else is on here. All right. Yeah. We're slow going today. Couldn't believe he's Greek. No one ever believes me about the Greek mafia. I know the Italians rule the streets. Good morning, peeps, here tuned in today after a crazy busy few days. Not sure who that is. I don't see your name, but thank you so much. Hey, Helene, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Come on, let's go. Let's get people on here. These numbers are killing me right now. I'm going to go back in my freaking house. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Share it out. You hear with the shit that I have to listen to all the time. I don't know what they do to their cars to make them sound like that. But that shit happens at like 2:00 in the morning. You hear da, 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 and it's like somebody's car and they make it sound like that. Why in God's green earth would you make your car sound like that? I don't get it. But what could I tell you? It's just me. But anyway, happy Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in last night and for also tuning in this morning. Like I always say to you guys, it's a little tricky when I have a guest on because, not everybody likes the guests or not everybody likes the topic. So, I try to do things a little bit differently. This is, actually a show. I'm here, as you know, every day from 11 to 12. So I'm not just like rambling on Facebook. We are live on the radio as well. I am in my studio. So I try to do, this is professional in my opinion. So I try to bring you guys quality as well. So that's that. So anyway, I have no idea what to talk about today. I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. Godmother of New York. Joey from Manhattan. Joey, I don't like that nickname. You got to come up with something different. It just doesn't, I don't know. Do you guys think I'm godmother of New York? I don't think so. I told you, I don't want to be a godmother. I think a fairy godmother. It makes me feel old. Like I need to get like, okay, Diane, it's you. Good to see you. Is there an Irish mafia? I'm sure there's an everything mafia because, I think it's a stigma, right? But, there are heads of every single everything. There's heads in gangs. There's heads in families. There's heads in business, and it's funny because every nationality has their own thing. It's very true. And they're usually quite prejudiced towards anyone else's, right? So, which is kind of funny, right? And it's always been this way. So we have everybody trying to, stand on the platform for, for equality, but inequality happens everywhere. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It's just, this is the way it is. I talk about this all the time. You got the Crips, you got the Bloods, and all of them are different, nationalities or whatever, and they all go together. So what could I tell you? It's just like, in school, right? All the cool people were like a gang, and the cool people stayed with the cool people, and you were labeled. You were the cool kids. Those were the geeks. Those are the pigs. Those are the this, right? Everybody always gets grouped in. So it is what it is. Yeah, she's fine. As I see her, I can see Diane. As long as I can see people, it's all good. Let me see who said, Helene, guys, I can't share till 11:37 tonight because I had 250 shares on my post for my son. Facebook put a 24-hour hold on them. You know what? I'm so happy that you got those shares for your son, Helene. It's all good. We appreciate your support regardless. So don't even think about that. Tony. Hi, Tony. Skycap, what's the gang that weird celebrities with all the face tats? The dude who shot somebody. Oh yeah, I have no idea, but I know who that is. I think he's like, I forgot. It's some stupid name. It's like No Name or something. I have no fucking idea. But yes, you're right. That guy is just like, that's nuts. I mean, I know some people do tattoo their faces, and to each his own. But that's gross to me, but it's all good. And I love tattoos as well, but I don't think they belong on your face. The only tattoos you should be getting on your face is like eyeliner or like lip liner or microblading. That you should do to your face. Otherwise, stay the fuck off of your face with tattoos. I mean, really? Yes, I can pronounce his name either. Reads like gibberish. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Catherine. Good morning. How are you? Diane, I didn't hear last night's show, but honestly, if I did and was going to buy the book, I'd go directly from him, not Amazon. They think they can take over the world. Just saying. Listen, they are taking over the world. No doubt about it. And I have a friend that sells a lot of different things like coffee and stuff like that. And he was saying that Amazon is one of the worst distributors to use, believe it or not. But we're all addicted to it, right? Takashi, right? Takashi 69. That's it. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, Takashi 69. That's what you're talking about, Skycap. Yeah, that's a normal thing. Keep it rocking, Stacy. I mean, Karen. Hey, Nick, we were just talking about you. There are a couple of people that are going to reach out to you. So I just reminded them and I gave them your email address again. So for those of you that missed it, Nick is on, I don't know which feed he's on, but he's on something. So make sure you reach out to him because I know a couple of you were interested in the book. Yes, that's it. Yep. That was from Monica on Facebook. But yes, Skycap says, thank you, Monica. Oh, I see Maria saying hi. Everybody's sending some love. All right. So yeah, that's that. So now I don't know. What do we want to talk about? I'm like, believe it or not, I'm not that I'm talked out, but like, I don't know. I'm just like, where are we right now? Right. I mean, the world is just, I mean, it's going, there's nothing bad going on. Skycat Monica said, you're welcome. Yeah, he doesn't see, I don't think he can see your thing. So I have to say it, but where is everybody today? It seems like there's a lot of people on here and yet the numbers are like really bad. They usually like almost double this. So I wonder what's going on. Skycap Lisa says hello as well. Yes, it is hump day, Tony. So Tony, what should we talk? Okay, Lisa, Laura said the same thing. Yeah, Lisa, he can't see your comments. Only I can see your comments. Nick is on my personal page. Okay, thank you. Immigration. Oh, Kathy, I can't talk about that right now. That's way too deep for coffee talk, and it's also like too political, so I can't go there. But I only buy from Amazon when I get the shit from other sources. Yeah, I get that too. But yeah, it's funny. It's crazy how, like I said, he told me that you have to have a certain amount in these warehouses. And then, like, let's just say for argument's sake, like he sells coffee. If he's selling coffee, and I'm making this up, for $10, if they say to him, we want you to sell the coffee for $8. So if he don't sell the coffee for $8, they will go in and replicate the coffee that he makes and start selling it for $8. How crazy is that? So they do own the world. I mean, honestly, they do. Think about it. I am the biggest Amazon whore there is at this point. I mean, I hate to sound like that, but that's really the issue. I've been home with the pandemic and stuff. There is basically nothing you can't find on Amazon. And yeah, I mean, it's good for the consumer because Amazon comes out with their own Amazon brand. It's just as good as the other brands. And it's cheaper a lot of times. So like it's fucked up. But you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, if I can support small businesses and stuff, absolutely. But when it comes to, I got to buy fucking paper towels, you know what? I'm going to get the Amazon paper towels. But I'm not what am I screwing Bounty? I mean, I think they have enough money, right? But yeah, when it comes to, you have an author that has a book in his possession and he will autograph copy it for you and send it to you. Absolutely. I would go through that over Amazon any day of the week, right? Listen, us small business people, we need all the help and support we can get, especially now. With books and stuff, it might be a little bit different because a lot of people are probably reading a lot more now. But for people like myself and all the DJs that you guys love, and people in the service industry, we are dying over here. Even my haircuts, I mean, few and far between. So, for those of us that are used to making the cash, doing events, and such, that well is very dry right now. God willing, it's going to open up more now because a lot of the restrictions, at least in New York, I'm talking, are being lifted. But for those of us in the service industry, it isn't easy. So, we're selling merchandise. We're doing whatever we possibly can to, keep food on the table. So definitely support your small businesses, support your favorite DJs. Most of the DJs or entertainers on Facebook, on Twitch, Mixcloud, whatever, they may have like a Cash App thing, or some of them have stars on Facebook. Listen, if you have a couple of extra dollars and that person might have gotten you through this past year, show some love. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. And I'm all about supporting one another. As you guys know, people come on my show. I always promote them. I get no financial gain from it. I don't usually, some people will actually send me whatever it is, whether it's a book. I've had a couple of people that will autograph books and send them to me. But there are a lot of people that come on my show and don't, reciprocate in any way, shape, or form, but that's okay. I am here to help promote people. And I believe that what you put out will come back. So, whether or not, you should always do the right thing, no matter what. That's how I look at it. No matter who's watching, you should always do the right thing because it will always come back to you. And when you support other people, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to support you, but that's okay because, that makes you the right, that means you did the right thing. I think I said hello to you, Rita P. Good morning, my sweetheart. I'll buy the coffee for $12. Problem solved. There you go, Skycap. Amazon owns everything, even apps. I know. Well, I mean, it's crazy. And Bill Gates, not that that's the same thing, but, Bill Gates got his hands in the vaccines. He's got his hands in everything. It's crazy. This year is awful. I absolutely agree. Oh boy, Lisa. Yeah, some of these days are harder than others. Absolutely, for sure. Monica, you have to watch Amazon. Sometimes you buy things that aren't really shipped by them. Yes, because that's a third party. But at the same token, believe me, I told you I'm an Amazon whore. Amazon will still stand behind their product. So don't ever worry about that. You can order anything from Amazon, and if they don't do the right thing, usually the seller will refund you the money because they don't want to get in trouble with Amazon. But if not, you can just go straight to Amazon and tell them that whatever you got wasn't what you ordered, and you get your money back. So, that's a good thing, because you can't always, and you know what else is great? PayPal. If you ever order from sites that you're not sure of, like, I'm going to tell you what happened to me recently. Me with my wigs and my hair shit and all of that. So, you see all these ads that pop up, right? Once they see that you like something, now they're all up in your feed, right? So either Siri's listening, Alexa's listening, they're tracking our phones, right? Big Brother's watching. So all of a sudden, if you hit something for wigs, your whole feed comes up wigs, right? So, you see them on Instagram, you see them on Facebook, and you click on them, and, you go, and I mean, even the other day, something happened where it was supposed to be like, X amount of dollars because the coupon gets applied. And then you hit to go to PayPal. Most of the times when you hit to go to PayPal, it'll say to you, this is how much we're charging you, click the button to continue. Well, it didn't happen with this site. And it clicked it and went right into PayPal. And it was like, thank you for your order. And when I looked at how much it was, I had a fucking heart attack. So I called the bank. I called, you can't call these people, right? So you have to email. I emailed PayPal. I emailed, the company. And so you got to be careful, but PayPal will have your back, because I've had issues and I'll send that to PayPal and boom, they got your back, and it'll be, they'll take care of it. But you really got to be careful, because a lot of these places are not in America. A lot of them are in China, and some of them are scams. And, again, when you order from China, it could be like 4 days or 6 years before you get it. So you just got to be careful with that. I feel bad for small business owners and such trying to make a living. Yes, Diane, absolutely. That's why we want to support our local businesses for sure. Laura, I can't even get through to unemployment. I've been pending for months now and nothing yet. I'm so pissed. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You would think that, customer service is fucking horrible no matter where you reach out to. It's gotten better. I've noticed it's gotten better now. Remember when I was having all my internet issues, you would be on hold for like God knows how long. I remember with Optimum, they would schedule a call back and they tell me they'll call me back in 2 hours. It would be like 4. But, it was crazy. Now, if you go on the phone, if you hold for a few minutes, normally you can get through. But it is crazy. You would think that things would be a little bit better at this point in that regard. But, especially the fact that so many people are having, so many different issues. You would think people are working, and that's the other thing. A lot of these people are working from home. And I don't know if they are monitored or not monitored. I had people when I was dealing with Optimum, right? And we all know Optimum sucks moose cock, right? So when I was dealing with Optimum, they told me, oh, we're going to send you a new router. We're going to send you this. So then when I would reach out to them the next day, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't get a confirmation email that it was being sent. And they're like, well, it isn't sent. Nobody sent that to you. And I'm like, I was with somebody yesterday and they told me they were sending it. Check your notes. There's nothing here in my notes. I'm like, what? Same thing happened when I was on with Verizon. I'm like, okay, check the notes. Oh, the last thing we saw was at 7:00 last night. I said I was on with a chat at 10:30, from 10:30 to 11:30. I have a screenshot of it, and there's no notes in there. So it's like people are just telling you what you want to hear. Oh, okay, ma'am, no problem. And then they release you and they don't even follow through. What kind of shit is that? Like, why am I calling? To talk to myself, which is normally, how I feel all the time. I feel like I'm always talking to myself, or I'm talking to you, depending. Okay, so that I saw. Hold on a second. Let me get back to the thing. First of all, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy public page. We make sure you join that or subscribe or whatever. Actually, what do you got to do? You got to like it. You got to follow it. You got to turn your notifications on. Make sure you join the group, Real Talk Coffee Talk group. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Real Talk Karen Stacy. Let me see. Please share out the video. Sharing is caring. I appreciate that. Hi, Lala. Good morning. Okay. Yes, I hit the wrong button again. Fade to black. Ay. And again, no clue how I do that. I really have absolutely no clue. And when I say that to you, I really mean it. Okay, let me see who else. Okay, I got a lot of comments going on right now. So give me a sec. I'm going to catch up with you. Yes, share it out. Tag your friends. Let's all complain about Amazon. No. Laura, don't get me started. The ones that know how to beat the system, if you are well and very savvy, get it, and the others get screwed. This is Monica, I'll only order from a company that has a 1-800 number, not just email. That's a good philosophy too, Monica. Good morning, Jose. Yeah, Catherine, right? It's the worst. Hey, Pasquale, how are you? Lala, I'm tipping extra heavy at restaurants, hair salon services, because these places had to shell out so much money just to comply with with ever changing and nonsensical rules, air quotes, to be allowed to make a living. Abso-fucking-lutely. And thank you for that, Lala, because it is very true. And so many people, I mean, think about that. The restaurant down the block from my house, it's a local small restaurant. They put an entire filtration system in so that they could do the indoor dining and know that their customers would be safe. All these places. Where was I? Didn't I go someplace? Yes, I was out with my dad on Saturday, and they have those partitions, the clear partitions. So like at the bar, you have like 2 stools and then a partition, and 2 stools and a partition. That shit cost money. They had a huge one that was like standing, that was between 2 tables that were not 6 feet apart from one another. Which I hate to say it, I kind of like that, because I hate when I'm at a restaurant and another table is right next to me, because you would hope that maybe that little bit of, what is that? The plexiglass or whatever the fuck it's called, would kind of, stop people from being all up in your conversations, right? My mother was like really, she was that person that would eavesdrop on everybody's conversations. It was hysterical. I'm more of a people watcher. I like to watch people and say what's going on from afar. I don't like to be right next to people, because if you're out, unless of course you're out by yourself, that's different. But if you're out with somebody else, you want to pay attention to what the person is saying. You don't want to be eavesdropping to somebody else's table, but we all do it, right? But I love that. Like, you see some 70-year-old guy with like a 25-year-old girl that, probably he just bought her the boobs and stuff. And you're sitting there and you're trying to figure that whole thing out, although there ain't much to figure out, but you know what I'm saying. Good morning, Pasquale. Hi, Pauline. How are you, sweetheart? Let me see. COVID ballistic. Yeah, Kat, that's a very good point. Let me see. Totally frustrating. I know. But we got to try not to get frustrated, you guys, because you know what? That don't get us nowhere. So, we got to, that's why I'm going to tell you what I try to do. I try to tackle one frustrating thing a day, right? And I know that this isn't always possible. Don't get me wrong. But like, if like, for instance, every time I'm on the phone with either Optimum or Verizon. I mean, now I'm not on with Optimum anymore. Thank the dear Lord, because Optimum sucks moose cock. But when I have to make those phone calls, it's 2 hours. And by the time I'm done with those phone calls, maybe even halfway through them, the bottle of wine got to get opened because you're fucking killing me. You know what I'm saying? And you wasted how much time of mine because you can't get your shit together. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they'll say to you, oh, it's a little slower. My computer is a little bit slow. And I'm like, yeah, well, with Optimum, I'm like, yeah, sure, because your fucking internet sucks moose cock. So that's probably why you can't get the information you need. But it is very frustrating. So my advice to you is to try and tackle, like I said, when possible, try to tackle one really frustrating, like arduous task a day. Because if you could do that. Or if you're the type of person that just wants to get it all done, just set yourself up and say, you know what? I'm going to want to shoot myself in the head when I finish this day, but I am going to make every single phone call I need to make. I'm going to get it out of the way and I'm done for, whatever amount of time. That's my thing. But for some of us, like myself, I usually get overwhelmed because like inefficiency pisses me the fuck off. I got enough things going on in my life that I got to deal with. And the last thing I want to deal with is the fact that you don't know how to do your job. And now I got to deal with the bullshit, because the thing is that a lot of people don't want to deal with the bullshit. So that's why they get charged extra things. That's why this happens because they don't want to go through the thing of contacting PayPal. They don't want to go through the thing of contacting the, this company or that company, because you know what? Time is money. And if you got to sit on the phone, for 2 hours, some people like, fuck it. I don't care. I'll take the hit, for the $30 or, whatever it is. So that's my philosophy. I try to tell my son the same thing. My son gets very overwhelmed when he has like a lot of schoolwork and stuff like that. And I always tell him, you know what? Just conquer one thing at a time. Even when, like with me, might take me a little bit longer when I'm making my merch, but I'll do, I got to design them. So I'll do the design, and usually I'll design it and then I'll cut it. So it's ready for me. But then I get it all ready. It's all laid out in the middle. My house looks like a crazy thing because everything is laid out in my house. And then I will go back to it the next day or the following day when I have the time, and I will press it all that day. And I'll do my pressing and I'll complete the shirts. Then it'll take me another couple of days. I got to pack them up, package them. And then you got to do the post office, right? Which again, anybody wants to shoot themselves in the head when they deal with the post office. So, all of these things will wear you thin sometimes. So just mentally prepare yourself for them so that, it doesn't get the best of you, because in all honesty, it's really not worth it, right? It's not worth it. But, I don't know about you guys, but I get very frustrated, like I said, with inefficiency. If I am coming on here and I'm doing a talk show, I got to talk. I got to lead the horses to water. I can't just come on here and be like, hey, because then why would you watch it, right? So, it's just, you should know what you're working with is all I'm trying to say. All right. Anyway, Skycap, like nobody would say half the stuff they'd say to someone face to face. Oh, well, let's not even get started on that. That's true. Renegade on the keyboard, right? I hit the button. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. You know, I'm always hitting buttons. What could I tell you? Yeah, that was when I booted myself off. Only I can boot myself off of my own show. You know, you guys never know what you got going on with me. I'll tell you that, because I always got something happening. Let me see. Who else is on? Plexiglass is costly. I would assume it has to be. And somebody's got to make it to the right measurements too. So it's got to all be custom, right, Lala? I would think. Okay, let me see. Okay, Skycap, Nama. The only reason I'm even remotely concerned about anybody else's biz while out in public is related to security, safety concerns. I hear that, Sky. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Mark. Good morning. Laura said, I'll be happy to accomplish one stressful thing a day. At least I know it's done. There you go. That is my philosophy too. I agree. One thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. That's what Jose was saying. Okay, Diane, phone calling can become like a full-time job. Who has the time unless you work part-time? Listen, even still, you know how many times I was on the phone with Apple one day. I swear to God, it had to be like 6 hours between start to finish and call you back and do this and do that. My kid was like, Ma, I'm hungry. Like, and I'm like, look, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta feed my kid. Like, it's crazy. Lala, that all makes me anxious. The calls to tackle stuff, and then I'm paralyzed by anxiety and do nothing. So, Lala, I really do understand that. And that's the reason why I say to you to try to just tackle one thing at a time. And you know what? With every time you get through it, you're going to want to kill yourself during that time. It's going to make you anxious. But you know what? After you finish, you're going to feel really good. And again, not that I'm advocating for any type of self-medication, but you know, if you suffer from anxiety and you do have medication for that, you know, Xanax, Klonopin, whatever it is, you know, take a half of one before you make the phone call and you'll get through it. If you don't, maybe pour yourself a glass of wine. And when it starts to get really like you're going to kill yourself, have a couple of sips of wine. I am an advocate of doing whatever you got to do to get from point A to point B, because the truth of the matter is this. Not that I'm advocating you become a drug addict or dependent. Not that I'm advocating that you become an alcoholic or a drinker. What I am advocating is that you should know yourself well enough to know what you need to do to get yourself through. And guess what? Sometimes we don't know what that is. I, for one, have learned, I've tried things 80 gabillion different ways to try to get through something I thought would kill me. Right. So, if you gotta, after I lost my husband, I was going out to lunches and, I was margaritas right there. And you know what? Judge me, go right ahead. But you know what? I can't breathe and I can't get through this day. So I knew I could control that. But as far as the medications go, I was addicted to Xanax when I was younger because I suffered from anxiety so much. And I had to wean myself off of it. The doctor would tell you, oh, well, you could just take this. If you didn't take it, your hands would start to shake and you would get anxiety from not having it. And I was like, hell no, I'm like a fucking junkie right now. So I know that when it comes to, and again, you have to know your personality. I don't have an addictive personality. The way I could love you to death, and especially now after losing my husband, I could love you to death. And honestly, if you told me to go fuck myself, it would hurt. And I never spoke to you again, I'd get over it in probably a few days because that's what I've learned how to do. But for those couple of days, I might need to do something to get myself through it. So whether it be having a drink, whether it be, taking something that is prescribed to you and taking it correctly, whether it be become addicted to going to the gym or exercising, whether it be you meditate, obviously there are better ways to do it, right? I'm not sitting here telling you to become an alcoholic or pop pills, but there are other ways. Some people become addicted to crafting. Some people become addicted to a series, watching, like I watch My Nanny, like I love to watch The Golden Girls, The Nanny. Those things just make me smile. They make me feel good. They don't make me think about none of the fucking bullshit. You got to find your thing, what it is. I mean, and for those of us that have children, or even if you have a pet, sometimes just, having your pet, my dog sitting on top of me, you know what? That helps me. It really does. When my kid comes and, gives me a kiss or gives me a hug, it helps. So find those little things that mean so much, because people they take for granted those little things, and those things will get you through. I promise you. Sometimes you may need a little more help. You may need a friend to talk to. You may need a glass or two, a bottle of wine. You may need a Xanax, but you know what? The truth of the matter is this: you got to get shit done. So you got to figure out what you got to do to help yourself to do that, and keep trying different things until you succeed. We cannot give up. We cannot become paralyzed to anxiety. We cannot become paralyzed to depression. In this day and age, it is so easy to do. We are all literally 10 minutes away from that. Every single one of us. So don't ever think that you're alone. Don't ever think, oh my God, I can't do this. I mean, you can do it. You just have to find the right tools to get there. And I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I just play one on the radio. No, I just can tell you the things that I've tried and the things that have worked for me. And you can give them a try and see if they work for you. But, one size does not fit all. There are a lot of people that can go through bad times and they start taking pills, and now they really have bad times because now they're a drug addict. There are a lot of people that go through hard times and they start drinking, and now they have bigger problems because they are an alcoholic. So, if you have an addictive personality, jump on a different bandwagon, jump on, exercising, jump on meditating, jump on walking, jump on binge watching something, jump on those type of things. Find a hobby, read, start making stuff, start crafting, all of these things that can kind of soothe your soul. Find those things and you will get through it. I promise you, you will. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It's hard. And when you fall off, just, forgive yourself and get back up again. And if you need it, we're here. We're here every morning, Monday through Friday. And if you write in the comments, you know what? I'm having a hard time today. I need to talk about this. We will talk about it. You are not alone. This world is crazier than ever. I mean, I have no words. We're all going through it, but you're not alone. Sorry, I know I went off on a tangent, but anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy public page. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. We are live also on YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Real Talk Karen Stacy. Make sure you subscribe to all of that. There is a whole section called Just Chatting. Oh, I don't know where that is, but okay, Skycap. Laura, I literally called unemployment at least 30 to 40 times yesterday and every day. Can't get through. And the other day I finally did. And while on hold, I got disconnected and had to start from square one, which is getting nowhere. I have had that, well, not with unemployment, but I've had that exact same scenario happen. And the funny thing is that it would happen also on when I would go through that with Optimum. And just when they were going to try to help me, my Optimum would cut out and we would get disconnected. So yeah, definitely. Oh, Carmela said, thank you. The comments went crazy again. Hold on. Carmela said, thank you for your loyalty and joining us every morning. I second that emotion. Good advice. I have meds, but I don't take it early enough. Okay. So that's my advice, Lala. That's what you do. Okay. Today I have to call, we'll just use Laura as an example. Today I have to call unemployment. Take a fucking half of something, take a deep breath, and then make the phone call. And I guarantee you that it just takes your edge off. So you will be able to deal with it without wanting to throw the phone across the room. And when they hang up on you or you get disconnected, you will react like a quote unquote normal person. My friend Richie, he is the most like, he's like, all right, don't worry about it. You know, hit him up tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm ready to like kill him. I'm like, don't fucking tell me not to worry about it. Like I get all hot and heated. And he's like, Karen, why do you work yourself up like that? And then my son does the same thing. My son works himself up. And guess who's giving him advice not to do it? Me. So like here I am, a hypocrite, because I'm telling my son, don't get yourself all worked up. Meanwhile, where did he learn it from? Hello. So, you know, you can see it in other people and you can tell them that they're overreacting. But when you're doing it, even though you may know you're overreacting because you're fucking pissed off. I have no tolerance for fucking stupidity. None. So that is what twists me. So you got to be kidding me when I get disconnected, right? Like go fuck yourself. And that's my cue to go, you know what? I'm done. And some days I'm done. And other days I'm like, fuck you. I'm getting you on the phone and I'm getting this done today. So if you can take a pill and that's prescribed for you, or for those of you that like to, you know, do a little doobie, whatever you got to do to be chill, do it and tackle it so that it's over. You will feel a sense of relief. Got to do what you got to do. Absolutely, Diane. Yeah, Jose, there's no tonight. I only have a nighttime show on Tuesdays. Lala also suffered a life-threatening head injury in a skiing accident, and I get mixed up, then frustrated. You know what? First of all, God bless you, Lala. Second of all, you know what? You, like I just said a few minutes ago, you must forgive yourself. Please, please, please do not get frustrated over something that you have no control over. You are obviously amazing. You have overcome so much. You know what? We all get mixed up sometimes. And I understand that that has to be very frustrating. But again, you have to forgive yourself. It's such a big, huge thing to learn to forgive yourself. Because if you do not forgive yourself, you're going to continually have the dialogue in your head where you are going to, you're putting yourself down. And you're never going to succeed with that. You have to say to yourself, you know what? You're getting mixed up right now. Take a step back, take a deep breath, and let's attack this again. That's what you have to do. Because if you continually tell yourself that you're mixed up and you don't know what you're talking about, then that's what's going to be the end result. So stop having that dialogue with yourself. Tell yourself, you know what? Okay. I tell myself with things sometimes, you know what? Today's not the day. And I'm okay with it. Whether or not I needed to deal with it or not. I mean, some things, yeah, you got to deal with it. And like, you know, my father will go, Karen, make the call. And I'm like, okay. But you got to mentally prepare yourself. Tony said, facts, preach, preach, preach. I ask for you all to keep my girl, Angela, in your prayers for me. Yes, absolutely. Prayers out, prayers up, Carm. Good morning, Gia. How are you? That's good. That's a bit of good advice. Thank you, Sky Cap. Great. Okay, hold on. I was on you, Lala. I'm coming back to you. to your comment. The comments just went crazy. Okay. Great talk. Thank you very much. My pleasure, Lala. My pleasure. Yeah, that is real talk. Diane, oh my God, pet therapy, the best. I live for my new cat, Music Yankees, and a few other outlets I treat myself to. Like I said, whatever works. You got to do whatever works. And for those of you that are lonely and your souls are empty, go get yourself a fucking animal. Go, if you're not an animal person, get a cat. They're more self-sufficient. Get a dog, get a bird, get a fish. My son had to have a freaking turtle that, of course, his grandparents had to get him. I said, I want no part of this because I know my son ain't going to do shit with it. I hear my mother-in-law always talking to the turtle. Listen, I don't care what it is. Get yourself a rock, paint it, and fucking talk to it. Do whatever you got to do to give yourself that little bit of extra thing. What about, the religious people, right? With the rosary beads. They hold the rosary beads. That brings them comfort and strength. Find what brings you comfort and strength. Okay. Good morning, Mary. How are you? Hoping your dad is doing well. Okay, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Georgie said, I gave up alcohol completely back in December 2012. So my only surviving crutch is cigarettes. Ugh. I know that sounds terrible, but I refuse to give them up. No chance. Well, they are terrible, and that'll kill you just as fast, Georgie. But I get you. Hopefully you'll have the strength to get rid of that because that's a bad habit. Fuck customer service. Go suck moose cock. Absolutely, Tony. Diane, I guess I'm Preacher Karen, right? Let me see. Hold on a second. The comments just went crazy. And you guys are talking to each other, so I'm trying to read what I'm supposed to read and not. Hey, Angelo, good morning. I'm doing good. All right, good to hear that, Gia. I miss you because my cook was not here, so I'm the cook today. I miss you too, Eunice. Thank you for stopping in nonetheless. You have a bird, a turtle, and a dog. Yeah, I know, right? You got a little farm going on over there. Don't beat yourself up. Need to be strong. Absolutely, Diane. And you know what? The truth of the matter is that sometimes you can't be strong, and that's okay too. Just don't beat yourself up for it. That's my whole thing. And you know what? The thing is, you got to get back on track because it's like if you go on a diet, right? If you go on a diet and then let's say like one day you really like screw up, right? And it's like, oh my God, you just went off. There was somebody ordered pizza at work or whatever. And you ended up having, 3 slices of it. You ended up, like fucking up. And then it was somebody's birthday. So you had a piece of cake. So you know what you do? You own that and you say, okay, I definitely fucked up on my diet today. Tomorrow's another day. You wake up tomorrow and you don't pretend that yesterday didn't happen, but you go back to where you should be. So that's what you need to do. And, just because you had a setback, yesterday doesn't mean you have a setback today. Okay. So remember that every day is a new day to make a new life, a new world. You always have the opportunity to reinvent yourself each and every day. So if you have a bad day, if you didn't get what you needed to accomplish, if you disappointed yourself, take accountability for it, own it, let it go. Don't beat yourself up for it and make yourself the better person tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say. Okay. So I think I'm good. I hope you guys have a great hump day. We didn't talk about sex, but that's okay. I'm not having it anyway. So fuck all of you that are. Anyway, on that note, if you do have sex today, please scream out my name. 3 times would be preferable. So I love you all. I hope you have a great Wednesday. I will see you here tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Coffee Talk with Karen. live on MiamiMikeRadio.com, live on Facebook on the Karen Stacy page. Please make sure that you like the page, follow the page, turn your notifications on. Please go to the Real Talk Coffee Talk group, join the group. Please go to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope and search Real Talk Karen Stacy and subscribe. This made my day. Lala, that makes my day. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm sending you guys out much love and light. Remember, you are not alone, and we will get through this together. Mwah. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.